hopefully I can make this video better. So I'll be explaining how the X method works. So the goal here is to factor. Let's say that we have some equation that looks like 1x squared plus 2x plus 1. And we know that the X method here, we take the first and the last coefficients, we multiply them together, and they should add up to this middle coefficient. So already we could tell that 1 and 1 should work because 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, so this gives us, let's see, please work pen. Okay, x plus 1 and x plus 1, which is also x plus 1 squared. Okay, and what's very strong about factoring and why we want to factor in the first place is to find the roots. So, you know, like if we have some sort of a graph, let's say it looks like this, like where we have x and y. So if y was equal to 0, so it's like on this line, we could find what x is, and we like to find these roots. And so what we could immediately do is say that if y was equal to 0, it should be this, so x plus 1 squared. And we, in order to find what x is, well, we could already tell that x should equal to negative 1, because negative 1 plus 1 squared equals 0. So yes, we could find what that x, oh shoot, x here is negative 1. Well, it doesn't represent this graph at all. This is just some random graph I drew. Okay, there we go. So let's see how this is working. Like, why the heck do we have to multiply this first and the last coefficient, and why should it equal this middle coefficient if we add like some numbers like together? Okay, well, let's see why this is. So when we factor, right, just kind of like what it looks like right here, it takes the form of ax plus b and cx plus d. In this case, though, let me write it here. A is equal to 1, B is 1, C is 1, and D is 1. It's very, very basic. Okay, well, let me factor this out. So, do that. Multiply everything together. We get A, D, X. Or actually, wait, it is A, CX squared plus A, DX plus BCX plus BD. And what we could do is we could do ACX squared plus AD plus BCX plus BD. And wow, we could already tell that if we were to take two numbers, the first and the last coefficient, let's just group these together because it's supposed to be like that. AC times BD and AD plus BC. So already we can tell that this is also equivalent to AD times BC, and we can recognize a pattern that there should be two numbers which multiply together, so, and add up to make this method work. Okay, but what are these two numbers? Well, it is AD and BC, because if we multiply these two together, they work, and if we add them, they should also work. Well, now let's use some sort of example. Let's say A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 2, D equals 1. Okay. Remember, we want to find the form like this. We are factoring. Okay. So let me just plug it in here for now, into here. So what it would be like is 1 times 2 squared plus a, which is 1 times 1 plus 2 times 2 x plus, I'm running out of a bit of space, b times d, so right here, which equals to 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. Okay, now we could already tell that, so so I'm looking right here, AC, BD, and that, well, it's the first and the last coefficient, so 2 times 2, which equals to 4, and it's 5. Well, what if it was 8, so if we want to find A and D, B and C. Well, usually we don't know this, so we try to guess, and I could already tell that it's 4 times 1, because 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. We could also look right over here, knowing that A is 1 and D is 1, so one of these should be 1, and B is 2 and C is 2, so we know that one of these should be 4. Okay, but by this logic right here, up here, we just plugged in, pen please work, okay, we plugged in this and we just called it x plus 1, and right here x plus 1. So does that mean that this should be x plus 4, x plus 1? It is not. In fact, what we have to do is, remember, it is A, D, and BC, so AD and BC. It resembles this. So what we can do is we can rewrite this expression as 2x plus 4x plus 1x plus 2. These should be the same. And our goal is to make it of this form right here. So we just factor this. So 2x and x plus 2 plus 1x plus 2. Okay. These are similar, and we can rewrite it as x plus 2. 2x plus 1, and this should be our factored form. Okay. Let me get this right here, and let's see if I can drag it all the way over here, and let's plug in these numbers over here. Okay, and they should be the same. So it is 1x plus 2 times 2x plus 1. And yep, it does work, because we have this over here and we have this over here, which are the same. So yeah, that's how this X method works and the logic behind it. And it's good to know how to get the roots. makes it easier. That's why factoring is good. It also just makes your math much cleaner. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.